Hello Virgo, Turquoise Tarot here with your reading for September 2017. I hope you're all doing well. Much love and light to you. I have a quick announcement before I get started with your reading for this month. I am offering a 20-minute one-question reading for $20. This reading will be a video reading, so what that is you email me your question. I will respond within 48 hours with a private video reading for you. And if you have any follow-up questions after viewing your reading, you're always welcome to email me, and I'll be happy to answer what I can for you. This special is going to run probably for about a week or two, so if you're interested, I'm going to post the information in the information box below the video. Please contact me, and I'll be happy to conduct that reading for you. With that said, another announcement real quick that I wanted to make is I'm going to be using this month something a little bit different because I feel like September's energy is a little different than it has been in the past several months. I have these cards, and they're one of my favorite decks. I don't really consider them a tarot deck or whatnot. They're just little motivational cards per se. I've had this deck for a while. I can't even remember where I got it, but for some reason, somehow, through all my moves, through all my ups and downs in life, all the things that I've gained and lost, this deck has always stayed with me, and it's been very helpful to me. So I'm going to be using this deck in this month's monthly readings, pulling a few cards from this at the end just to see what additional messages might be there for us, okay? With that said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be doing a general reading first, and then I'll be looking at love for singles and for couples. What are the general messages for? Sorry, I was going to say Scorpio for some reason. What are the general messages for Virgo for the month of September 2017? What are the general messages for Virgo for the month of September 2017? We have the Hermit. Dear Virgo. I'm going to put this at the top. Something's telling me to put it at the top of the reading, so that's what I'm going to do. We'll see how it goes. Kind of working on the fly here. This card's popping out, but I'm not feeling it, so I'm going to put it back. With the Page of Pentacles. That was strange. See if they come out in the reading. What are the general messages for Virgo for the month of September 2017? What are the general messages for Virgo for the month of September 2017? Alright. We have the Empress, the Eight of Wands, Temperance, Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Cups. And I'm going to be moving this around so you can see it. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. Wow. Powerful month, I feel, for Virgo. Powerful month. So interesting that we have some positive news coming in for Virgo. Positive news coming in. I want to say the beginning to the middle of September. But to be honest with you, since we're starting from the 9th, or I'm sorry, the 7th, why am I thinking the 9th? Since we're starting from the 7th, I'm going to say from today forward, okay? Now, for some of you, maybe you've already got great news, and this, you know, already applies. And you're at the top of this. There's some great news coming in. We have the Empress and Temperance on either side of this Eight of Wands. So This is telling me something's coming to fruition. It's coming in very rapidly, and it's something that's going to help you balance your life or balance the scales a bit. And it's even emotionally going to be very healing or fulfilling. I'm just looking at the spread here. Give me just a moment. I don't know if some of you are holding on to something from the past. It's almost like there was a past marriage or a past home life that you're missing. I feel like you've been desperately trying to hold on to this. But in this month of September, this is the month where you actually physically get to let go of whatever this past thing is. I just feel like a big relief. With the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords on either side of this Four of Pentacles, you have to understand, guys, this is a very powerful reading. We have two major arcanas, then we have two aces, okay, all in basically corner from one another. This has to do with emotions, this has to do with love, this has to do with a home, a marriage. And I want to say, for some of you, this has to do with finances. You're at a new beginning, total new beginning. This month, it's almost like you're trying to hold on for dear life with what, you're trying to hold on for dear life with what you have. You know, you don't want to lose anything. It's like I've worked so hard to get what I have. I don't want to risk losing anything. But it's almost like something needs to be released in order for you to obtain all this beautiful energy at the top of the reading, you know. I'm just looking at this Four of Pentacles here. It's like you're holding on to something, and with the Five of Cups, you're holding on to something that's maybe from your past that brought you sorrow regarding a home life or a relationship from the past. Maybe even let me look at this. I also want to say, whatever has brought you sorrow in the past, whatever has been, like you've been so focused on what you've lost rather than what's behind you and what's still there. This is a month where you physically are going to turn around and see that you have more there, okay? And it's actually more than just the Two Cups, because something grand is coming in. This is a new beginning, though, so it's not going to manifest itself entirely in the month of September, but I feel like this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning, and you're going to know. I want to say, maybe not in the midst of September will you realize this, but as time goes on and you look back at this month, you may look back and say, this is the month that really things changed, that I had this awakening, or I had this epiphany, or I had this great opportunity that really changed things for me. But I want to point out that we have, again, the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords here. Now, the Ace of Swords is a card of victory. It's a hard-earned victory. Hard-earned victory. You've made a lot of sacrifices to get to this point, to gain this victory. Okay? You've worked very hard. And it's something to do with your past. You've worked very hard to gain this victory. And we have Temperance here, which is about healing, about balance, right? About bringing peace to a situation. It's almost like the replenishment that we need to continue on the journey, because you see behind this angel, there is still a passage. We're still traveling. We're still on our path. And the angel here is marking that we're in the right direction. We're going the right way. And it's almost like she's here to see the rainbow above her head. It's almost like encouragement. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. You're on the right path. Here, replenish yourself. Let me help you replenish yourself. Let me bring you some peace in your life. Let me bring you some positivity, okay, before you continue on your journey, because you still have a ways to go. Now, I'm not saying a particular journey, but just your journey in general, life in general. You know, you're dealing with situations that altogether manifest itself into making up, you know, your life lessons, and they work together to bring you life lessons. So it's not just one particular issue per se. Can be, but because it's a major arcana card, I kind of feel like it's more along the lines of, this is overall, you're going to feel replenished. But look, somebody's got to lose out somewhere, and I don't know where. We're going to pull some cards, and we're going to see if we can clarify this. But you're going to have a victory in something, I see. Something to do with the past. It's a hard-earned victory here. Something you've been holding on to. Maybe it's a victory in letting it go, right? And starting new with these two cards. Certainly something new. Something new is certainly starting, okay? But what I mean is, either there's going to be a completion to a challenging situation that's been ongoing, and it's going to be, you're going to turn out to be the victor, but it's going to be after you've spent a lot of time struggling and making sacrifices to get to this point. For others of you, it may be that it's a victory in releasing and letting go of what has been in the past that has brought you so much sorrow. Maybe it's around a home life. Maybe it's around your family. Maybe it's around your siblings or your parents, or even your spouse or your children. Maybe there's a situation where you're not getting along. Either way, there's a victory in releasing the pain and releasing the suffering and moving on this month and starting something new. But it may mean that you have to say goodbye, or somebody's going to feel like, you know, they lost something, a shallow victory. I really want to look at this Five of Swords here, because it's interesting to me as I look at this spread. There's so much positivity, there's so much abundance, there's so much light, but it's like these little areas where pockets of irritating things are coming up in the month of September, you know? And part of it is our own fear or insecurity about letting go of something and not being able to draw in something better. And for some people, it may be someone else outside of you that is mourning and feels, you know, like, you know, they lost out. I do see you as the person who's victorious here in any circumstance. I mean, whatever you're dealing with. After some struggle, you're coming to a victorious place. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Oops. So this card fell out. Got the Eight of Wands and the letter card. Communication. Something is coming up. Something is coming through. This card popped out. The gift card. Whatever this is that's coming through, it's a blessing for you. And it's going to put someone else in a situation where they don't feel like, you know, you're winning out. You're winning out over somebody else somewhere. They're not too happy about it. And it's so interesting that I was told to put the Hermit card above the reading, because what it's telling me is, again, you're victorious over this situation. You know, you're standing above this situation, so you're looking down on it and you see it for what it is. I want to look at the Eight of Wands. Oh, let me see. I got glitter on my hand. We have reprieve, melancholy, and haughtiness. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is you may have felt that in some circumstance you didn't have the upper hand, or you felt insecure in some way. Okay. You had your doubts. And whatever this was that's been weighing on you, or something that you've been holding on to, you know, you haven't had positive vibes about it, or you haven't been thinking positively about it. But on the Eight of Wands, what this is saying is we're getting some reprieve. You see this angel coming in to hand this man a blessing. And it's a message. And you see the boats coming in to dock. So this man's getting what he's asking for. He's getting what he's been praying about, what he's been really, really, you know, anxious and desiring. It's finally coming to him. Again, I feel like this is something you already know what it is, because you've been working hard on it with this Ace of Swords. And the outcome card here is the haughtiness card, which is, you know, it's haughtiness, but it can also talk about self-confidence. Coming out of a place where you feel insecure and uncertain about how things may be, to a place where you're more confident and self-aware, and you're presenting yourself like the peacock. Okay? Because you know where you're at. You know where things are at. Let's look at the Five of Cups. Okay. Well, I don't know what necessarily this journey is on this Five of Cups. I mean, it seems to me that I don't think this is somebody returning per se. Maybe. I don't think it is, though. I think what this is you're moving on. We have the Journey card. I think this is you are moving on. And this person is acknowledging that now you're moving on. If this is someone that you've been holding on to, there's acknowledgement from this person that you're moving on. I do see that. But I think this is also you moving on. Something new and something that brings you joy. Something that brings you joy. You're moving on from a past that this is what I'll say, because I look at these three cards and, you know, I can draw so many things from these, but when I look at them all together with this spread, it kind of tells me that maybe in the past you had a relationship with someone that brought you a lot of heartache. You were really devoted to this relationship and it just didn't pan out, right? The Five of Swords here is saying maybe this is the month in September where things start to turn around for you and you really begin a fresh start and you let go and you embrace the new you and find and discover the new you. There's so many messages that I'm getting here, but I kind of feel like you're finally releasing something and it's bringing something new in. Love, yes. Happiness, yes. A happy home, yes. Is it bringing in fun? Yes. All those things they're coming in for you. But we have the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. 2 5s equal conflict between two people. I think that there's going to be some conflict between you and another person about this new beginning you're on. But there's, I wonder where this news is coming from. So on the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to something because you're afraid that things could change in an instant. You're afraid that if you let go of something or if you just end this cycle that's, you know, not working, something that you've been working really hard to gain, you're so afraid that you're not going to be successful in obtaining this outcome because you feel like things could change in an instant. Things could shatter to the ground in an instant, you know, and I feel like you don't trust other people or you don't trust other key players involved in this situation to the extent that you feel like you can truly just let go and let other people handle this situation, or you feel like you can't let go of things completely because there's something, like if you let go, something catastrophic could happen. Okay? But you need to. You really need to. Let me look at the Six of Cups here. A past situation that has felt very desperate. There's now an opportunity for you to heal from it. Again, there's some positive message I want to say, something that's really going to stand out and make a big difference for you and really going to set you on the path of a new beginning. So you're going to be able to heal a lot quicker and a lot easier in this month of September, and I see you finally letting go of something that doesn't serve you or having that victory that you've been working so hard at obtaining. So it's very good reading, guys. Let's go ahead and look at what's going on for my single Virgos. Let me get a drink really quick. Okay. Much better. Let's see, what are the messages for single Virgos for the month of September 2017? What are the messages for single Virgos for the month of September 2017? Alright. First card we have is the Eight of Swords. Three of Swords, the Devil. You guys got off to a good start. The Death card. The Four of Cups. The Five of Swords. It'll turn out okay, I promise. I promise, guys. Seven of Pentacles. The Chariot. And the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Ace of Wands. Alright, single Virgos. You guys, I feel, and this isn't for everyone, general reading, just remember, private readings will give you detailed information about you specifically. But from what I can see here, it looks like we're dealing with a situation where you're not able to let go of a past heartbreak. I feel like you've been gnawing on it, like it's really been eating at you, okay? So much so that you're just not focused on anything good that's coming in for you. You've just been focusing on what's there, what has been. There's new love, new opportunities for love coming in for you. And they're right there. They're being offered. But you're not even looking because you're so focused on what's been. That's the center card of the whole reading. And that's the entire, I mean, honestly, if we can break it down even, and we have to break it down, but that's the entire message of the reading is you're holding on to something that you really need to let go of. You feel like you're trapped, but you're really not trapped. I think for some reason you feel trapped, but the problem really comes in when you just keep repetitively looking at what has been instead of looking at what's at your feet and what you have now to manifest and to create. You're not out of the game. You know, like whatever has been, it's in the past, let it go, because there's something new, there's new opportunities here. There's this pentacle at this man's feet, and there's a cup being offered in the Four of Cups. There's an offer here, there's an opportunity here for new love and relationships, but you have to be willing to completely cut ties with your past. This is a major arcana card, the Death card. You know, there's no, you know, half alive or 90% alive. When it's done, it's done. You need to be done with this heartbreak, okay? Because what it has manifested into is a toxic obsession. And it's left you feeling rather stuck or trapped, because you're not able to find new love. You're so focused on what has been. Now, these three cards, or these four cards, give me hope. Because I see somebody here, we have a water sign. This could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And this person is really, really attracted to you, okay? This person with the Ace of Wands, there's a high sexual attraction. Maybe for some of you, it's not being able to let go of somebody that is just using you for sex. And you know it intuitively, like you really know it, but you hold on to it hoping that things will be different, that he'll change. Things aren't going to change. The only way things will change is if you move on with the Chariot card. You got to move on. And the Chariot is a successful card. It's about overcoming obstacles. So it's a perfect card. I mean, there's other cards that indicate success, but I think for this specific reading, it's perfect because this is a success card, but it's about overcoming obstacles and overcoming challenges and defeating enemies, right? So in that manner, you will be successful. For some of you, again, this is a water sign that you're dealing with that you need to let go of because it's not going to give you the emotional intensity that you're looking for. Or it could be vice versa. You know, you could be the one doing it, and it's, you know, breaking someone else's heart. I really feel like it's more Virgo, though. I have to be honest. That could be the situation, or it can just be that in the month of September, we have you letting go of this situation finally, letting go of this person, okay, and moving on, and I see somebody new coming in, and it could be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, again. But it's going to take you really making peace with your past and letting it go and focusing on the positive in your life, looking for the positive, you know. It's work. I mean, it's actual work to be happy. Like, you have to put in the effort to be happy. It doesn't just fall in our lap. So, if you put in that effort and you look for love, love will find you. I want to look at this Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about a shallow victory. And I think the shallow victory comes in being able to say goodbye to somebody who maybe has taken advantage of you. It's not really shallow per se, but it's more about you realizing, because the Devil card, these people feel so trapped, right? But when you realize how easy it is, because these chains are so loosely bound around their necks that they could break free at any time if they really wanted to, okay? But they're so focused on each other that they don't even look at their own chains to see, I can break free at any time. I should really get out of here, right? It's you coming out of that mindset and breaking free from that and having that victory for yourself and realizing how stuck you were. But I want to pull some cards on it and we'll clarify it and just see if there's anything else we can get. Yeah, you're moving on. We have the Journey card, so you're moving on from something. You're finding your joy. You're finding what makes you happy. And I want to say with this card, I'm truly getting the impression that you're becoming your own best friend in a way. I feel like you've been negative for a while, and now is the time for you to start seeing what's good about you and realizing that, hey, you know what, regardless, I have a lot to offer. Why am I sticking around waiting for something? Or why am I sitting here recalling all these things from my past? I have something new here. Let's look at that Seven of Pentacles. I think you're wanting to hear from someone from your past, and I think maybe you've been waiting to hear from someone from your past, and it's time for you to let that go to allow new love to come in, okay? Because whoever, and I have to say, you know, I'm not getting it necessarily just in the cards, but in my own intuition, I'm feeling that for some of you, you're dealing, again, with somebody who's used you in the past, manipulated you. Either you're still having sex with this person, right? Or it's a situation where you just haven't completely released yourself from this person. It's almost like you're waiting to see if something will change or whatever. It's not going to change. You really need to let it go. That's what the Death card is saying above that Seven of Pentacles. You really need to let it go. okay? Because this person has moved on. I'm also seeing with these cards on the Seven of Pentacles that new love is promised to you if you're willing to do the work of releasing yourself from your past and focusing on what's before you. Let's look at the Devil card here. Sorry, that card's flying out. Actually, I want to look. I'm being led to the Three of Swords, so I'm going to do that. Yeah. You're still contemplating. You're still really contemplating someone from the past that you had a strong commitment to. Okay? You made a strong commitment to this person, but they didn't make it to you. You devoted yourself to this person. You invested yourself in this person. Maybe they didn't do that for you. And you're still feeling it. You're still thinking about it. Let's look at the Chariot. I don't know how long this video is. Sorry guys, but I'm a Virgo, so I like to take my time when I do readings. You know, if I have time, I like to take my time. I'm just like that. Okay, so on the Chariot, we have another Death card. Moving on, moving on, moving on. I can't say it enough. Moving on. Let it go. Foe, you're being your own enemy by holding on to something that doesn't serve you anymore. It's toxic. It's become an obsession. It's become too much. You need to release yourself. Okay? You need to find your own way. I feel like you need to rediscover yourself in a way. Like, you're so focused on who you were when you were with someone that you're kind of either losing focus on who you are, or you have lost focus on who you are. And it's time to regain your power. This is all about confidence. Time to regain your power. Ace of Wands, I'm going to look at that card next. Wow. Well, we have two servants here, a man and a woman, and then we have the Merchant card. So what this is saying is, I really feel like there's a new partnership on the horizon for you, possibly by the end of September. And it can be a water sign, okay? But this is a partnership that is full of commitment. You're both openly promised to one another, okay? And you both are wanting to work together to better this relationship. It is 100% on both your parts. You both want to be there for one another, love one another, give to one another. Because it's in focusing 100% on your partner and them focusing 100% on you that you both are equally satisfied in this relationship. Now, I don't mean 100% as in they give their everything, but I mean when it comes to the relationship, you know, your relationship with them. They don't back down from commitment. They don't back down from hard work. They're willing to be there and to show up. And this person, I think, when you meet them, there's a strong sexual attraction when you first meet them, because I have this King of Cups looking up at the Ace of Wands. Okay? So be on the lookout for somebody like that, but just time to recognize your blessings, Virgo. Let go of whatever loser broke your heart. They're not worth it. You're giving away your power without even realizing it. Alright. Sorry, my sleeve keeps rolling down. It's driving me crazy. Virgo thing. Let's look at what's going on for coupled Virgos for the month of September. What are the love messages for coupled Virgos for the month of September 2017? What are the love messages for coupled Virgos for the month of September 2017? What are the messages for coupled Virgos? Oh, that's too many birds. What are the love messages for coupled Virgos? Alright. First card we have is the Page of Swords. This card, the Three of Wands, fell out, so I'm just going to set it to the side here, and I'll see how it resonates with the other ones. The Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Emperor, Knight of Pentacles. Did I say Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Cups up here? I'm sorry, guys. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. I'm still like dealing with Mercury retrograde. It's crazy. King of Cups, Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. The bottom of the deck for overall energy, we have the Four of Wands. So let me just look here. Let's see what we have. Okay. I see for some of you, for some of you this is what I see. You're in a relationship where the partner is maybe a little bit too dominating, or maybe they're too controlling. They want things their way all the time. They could be a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo, but I'm getting a strong Aries vibe. So it doesn't mean they have to be Aries, but it can just be they're that kind of fire, you know, they're very fired up kind of energy. I kind of feel like this person is really swift with their words. They're not really careful with what they say. They're more interested in just holding the power or holding control in a situation. And I think that you're trying your best to work at this relationship or work on this situation with your partner, but there's also something here about, I want to say you need liberation. You know, like you're wanting to break free. Let me just look there. For some reason you feel like you're stuck in this situation. Maybe it's because you have a home together, or you have a home life, or you have a family together, and it's really challenging for you. Maybe this person is a little bit controlling on the kids, you know, maybe a little too militant, or too what's the word? Just too strict for your taste. I see somebody possibly coming in, a different person. It can be a water sign. And I see that this person may stir the pot for you. You know, things have been maybe a bit stagnant in your relationship. And I think this person comes and stirs the pot. And this person really has you thinking about, well, what do I want in the future? Maybe I've, you know, stayed here, I've stayed stagnant for a while because it's what's safe, because it feels secure. We have two fours here. It's what feels secure. but now this person comes in and rattles things up a little bit, and it has you thinking, well, maybe there is life beyond this, you know? For others of you, if that's not your situation, so interesting that we have Knights straight down here. There is energy coming in and energy leaving this month. What's coming in for you in your love and relationship sector is proposals, possibly, love, new offers of love from your partner, romantic gestures from your partner, possibly a water sign or a fire sign. It could be, honestly, we have everything, so it could be any sign. Romantic gestures coming in, and then we also have stability, more stability in the relationship. Maybe that's something you've been working on with your partner, is manifesting a more stable relationship, and that's why we have the 2 4s as well. Maybe though things have been kind of stagnant, things haven't been moving forward like you've wanted them to, and this is the month in where we're now creating more solid foundations with our partner and working together to manifest that. Your ships are coming in. You're finally getting what you want with your partner. You're getting that sense of stability with your partner. Like I said, for some of you it can be a proposal. And if that's the case, congratulations. But there's something here on the bottom, I have to say, that kind of disturbs me a little bit. We have the Knight of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. All swords, this is all mental energy. It's all your thoughts. It's all your beliefs. It's all your perceptions. I kind of feel like you feel as though you're in a rush to either move on in this relationship or push it forward, or you're the one who kind of wants to put a halt on it a little bit, because your partner may be, you know, if they propose to you, you may be saying, oh wow, this is great, but you know, I wasn't expecting this right now. I do want it down the line, but maybe it's a bit sudden for you, and it makes you feel a little bit apprehensive and uncertain about how to handle the situation. Maybe you wanted to get to know this person a little bit more before that happened. Let's pull some clarifying cards, though, with the Gypsy Oracle cards, and see what other messages we get. I want to look at this Knight of Pentacles in the center. He is the center card, so this is a significant card. Even though we have 2 other Knights here, this is the one that really talks about creating stability. And I want to say somebody growing up and taking responsibility for themselves, you know? Like somebody's matured to a point where they're able and willing to offer you the commitment you want. Where there has been maybe jealousy, despair, okay? Somebody's coming, somebody's here to say, you know what, I want to change these behaviors now. I realize that what I've been doing hasn't been working. It hasn't been working. It's caused jealousy, it's caused doubt, it's caused despair in the relationship. Let me work on myself, and let's work on this together. Because we do have the 8 of Pentacles above this. We're working on this together, and it's a slow and steady process. Now again, for some of you, this is somebody who's just very controlling. You're just like, oh, I don't know, how am I going to deal with this person? Let me look at the Emperor. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an hour, not 50 minutes. Sorry guys, I just took way too long. Oh well, do what I want. Alright, with the Emperor, we have sorrow, and saying goodbye. And this card of fickleness, feeling like, you know, irritable. So again, you're dealing with somebody who I think is very irritable, or they very easily ignite your irritability. They know what buttons to push, okay? And with the sorrow card and the side card on either side, I really think this is talking about if you're dealing with somebody who has control issues, you need to let this person go, okay? And I think you are, and not that you need to let this person go, you are letting this person go. Let me look at the King of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, again, I'm just getting that somebody new comes in, and it's a very fortunate thing. They help you heal and realize that you can move on, you can move forward from this situation. You don't have to feel trapped, okay? And they break you out of your imprisonment. But this is your own self-imprisonment. This is like you do it to yourself in a sense, because it's all mental energy. You're not really trapped there. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can get out. Let's look at the Four of Wands. So maybe what you're concerned about in leaving this situation is money, finances. But I think if you meet somebody new, this person is going to make you realize how weak this relationship really is and how you just can't pretend anymore. Okay? I think you want something of substance. I think you want a relationship where, you know, there's a solid foundation. And in order to get that, I have the money card and the Four of Wands here that give me that message. But in order to get that, you have to let go of this person that's just like, you know, ugh, too much. They're not serving you. They're making you miserable. For others of you, where that's, again, not your situation, I think it's really a matter of healing your relationship this month with these three cards. Building a more solid foundation, reuniting with your partner, and healing what has felt broken or what hasn't worked. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Virgo, for the month of September. Much love and light to you. Again, I am offering those specials on private readings. $20 for a 20-minute reading, one question only. I'm not sure how long I'm going to run that special. So, oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I went on my whole, thing, and I completely forgot about this deck that I said I was going to share at the end of the video. I'm so sorry. Well, while I'm shuffling these, I'll continue my little spiel, and then we'll we'll look at these cards, okay? But I just want to say, if you're interested, the information will be in the information box below. And the return time on those will be 24 to 48 hours. I think I'll draw about 3. I'm feeling 3. So there's a card that popped out. Alright. So the 3 cards that I have for you is be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. Alright. I'm a Virgo sun too, and this is our card, right? No matter what month. And what is this, like a life lesson card? Okay, so it says, when you believe something, you assume you are right, and you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. This one says, don't make assumptions. Be aware of unconscious assumptions. Assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. Okay, that plays in very well with the other card. And then we have don't take anything personally. Relinquish self-importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. So, if you're working on your relationship, I think these cards speak volumes. I think, obviously in the other two readings, these cards apply as well. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. God bless. Have a great month, and I will see you maybe mid-month. Well, it's already almost mid-month. I don't know. I was thinking about starting mid-month videos, but we'll see. Maybe this month, maybe next month we'll start it in October. But have a blessed month, guys, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.